What's your reaction to Rondo?
Well, it speaks to the state of affairs involving the Los Angeles Lakers. Being in the arena, Jalen, Max, I got to tell you, it's just uncomfortable. LeBron, there was times when he was getting booed. He started off the game missing 4 straight free throws. They're the worst free throw shooting team in the NBA, and everybody in the arena knew that. So they were definitely turned off by that ultimately, although they ultimately stood up and applauded him when he broke MJ's all-time scoring record. We have to look at it from that perspective. We have to think about the Los Angeles Lakers in terms of the dysfunctionality that's been raking through this franchise. Luke Walton and Brian Shaw and those boys and the coaching staff looking over at Rondo, clearly uncomfortable with him selecting to sit over there away from the team. Whether he's done it before, and he has done it before, is irrelevant. The fact of the matter is it looked unprofessional, it looked disrespectful, and he clearly did not care, and clearly they did. So it was made to be uncomfortable in that regard. You're also hearing stuff about Brandon Ingram and how his daddy has been speaking up and speaking out, and Brandon Ingram is not happy at all with what's been going on with this team. They're not happy with the front office. You're hearing noise about Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson not necessarily being on the same page. Magic's got a lot of respect for Rob Pelinka. He doesn't appear to have any problem with it, but people are talking behind Rob Pelinka's back, saying that he's in the facilities all the time, just asking folks, did you see Magic? Have you seen Magic around or anything like that? Just to bring attention to the fact that Magic isn't there all the time. You obviously see what's been taking place on the basketball court. Everywhere you turn, you're seeing this stuff. There's directors and producers sitting courtside looking at me saying, Stephen A., is this man LeBron here to play basketball, or is he here to go Hollywood? Does he even care if he doesn't win another championship, or is he really about being here for the movies and all of that stuff? What's going on with this guy? They know he's averaging 27 a night. They don't care. They're looking at this team, and they're starting to look at everybody from Magic on down. And last but not least, Jeannie Buss didn't help matters. The wonderful Jeannie Buss, who I've always said, and I had the pleasure of talking to the other day, I didn't have a problem with her and her comments about fake news. I mean, obviously, you don't want to do that. But, you know, as a favor, I just walked over to her to talk to her about that. But I can assure you, there's reporters in L.A. that have covered this team for years that were highly offended by what she said, because they felt they have spent years giving her a fair shake. So everywhere you turn, guys, it's chaos. It is not good. It's a pretty ugly situation as it pertains to the fan base and how they feel about these Lakers. And what makes it bad is that LeBron is here. If he wasn't here, you could just look at the roster. But the fact that he's here, and we've been saying the things that we have been saying, nobody is safe right now. I'm talking about from the fans' wrath. Nobody is safe. And that may include Magic Johnson before all is said and done, unless he does something about this quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Know why the Clippers are considered right now a more attractive destination? You hear the whispers than the Lakers.
Leadership.
Jerry West, greatest executive by far in the history of basketball. I don't care what anyone says. It's not a coincidence wherever he shows up. You get dominant dynasties, starting with the Lakers after he was a player. And then even Memphis becomes a playoff team, comes back to the Lakers, they start winning championships again, goes to Golden State, right, puts his body in front of a Kevin Love for Klay Thompson deal. They become the dominant team. Now he's at the Clippers. They're about to get some superstars, it looks like, and they're healthy and playing well. It's not as easy as people think, like Rob Pelinka and Magic Johnson. Why is Rondo sitting by himself, you know, off to the side? First of all, Rondo's on a one-year deal, right? So are all the veterans basically on one-year deals. The young players, they know that they can be traded if there's a real star available, because they already tried to trade every single good young player they had for Anthony Davis. It's not so easy to do this. Well, let's just clear cap space and sign the greats, right? You have to have the right environment to do so. So when you look at Jerry West, how do you wind up with Shaq and Kobe after he'd already put that team together in the past? How do you wind up with Shaq and Kobe even, right? It's not like they were just stunk every year. He had a good, fun, fast, competitive team, Eddie Jones and those guys, right? But they weren't tied into bad long-term deals. So it was an attractive place to play. It was still kind of showtime. He sees, okay, Shaq's going to be a free agent. We're going to clear the decks, make sure we got money for that dude when he's ready. The money was ready to go get Shaq. Kobe, that dude in the draft. We're going to do whatever it takes to get this kid out of high school. Jerry West is running around. This guy's going to be the greatest player ever. And he makes that happen. It's not, so what the Lakers did, they signed LeBron James, and I said, aha, very clever. What we're going to do now is try and develop the young kids and sign some veterans, and even if it's misguided about not having shooting, they'll have playmakers. We'll put them on one-year deals so we don't have cap space problems. But if you don't manage that and balance that carefully, because that's delicate, what you have is a bunch of veterans who are not invested long-term because they're on short deals, and a bunch of young players who may not be invested either because they know they can be traded. They will be traded, all of them, if the right guy becomes available. And so you have a fractured team with one of the guys who's like a brilliant, brilliant guy in Rondo on the floor and is a great playoff performer sitting off by himself. That's what happens.